Hi, and welcome to Fit Fed Feeling Good. I am Meg, your host, and this is the podcast where we talk all things fitness, food, and feeling good. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining this conversation today. Today, we're going to talk about what do we do when one of the fit, the fed, or the feeling good maybe isn't going so right. So what I mean by that is, let's say your fitness may have just gotten off track, or your fed part, your nutrition, you just kind of are reaching for a little bit more convenient foods, or you're in one of those spaces where making more decisions is harder than making any decisions with that. Or maybe you're not feeling good. Maybe you're a little down emotionally, or maybe you're actually not feeling very well and you're tired or achy, or maybe you're just not feeling so good. So I wanted just to explore that because I thought about, hey, 2 out of 3 is pretty good, right? It's still above that 50% mark. So maybe we can still be fit, fed, feeling good with the average of 2 out of 3 being great. But let's go ahead and talk about how that can be. So I want to go back to that fit part. I have talked throughout the years that I've had moves in my life where my fitness just almost took a back seat a little bit. And it took me a little bit to get back on track. And I always did. And sometimes it wasn't, it was way in the back seat, but it was just a little to the side because maybe I was doing more stretching instead of cardio. Or maybe I took an extra rest day, where when I'm really feeling on track or my best is when I have all my workouts planned, or I have blocks of time in my planner that I can plug in my workouts. And at the end of the week, I just feel I've accomplished my goals of getting those done. And when that's off, sometimes I just feel a little funky. I feel off. I have to pivot. But I think there is a time where you think, okay, well, maybe this is a time. Maybe my body is just saying, hey, look into doing a little more yoga. Or like I said, look into doing some more stretches. Or maybe do a little bit easier strength workouts for that time being until you get back into the groove. So you're still maybe doing the other parts where you're feeling great, but one of those parts just needs a little reassess, edit, a redesign, a pivot, whatever it might be. Or let's go into the fed part. Now, the fed part, I think, is really tough because it always comes with decisions. Well, our whole life is a decision, one decision after the other, right? But when it comes to the fed part, I just read an article on LinkedIn, actually, and she was saying it was a registered dietitian, and she said she gave her client permission to eat the same lunch every single day. And I read it and I thought that's really interesting. And basically it came down to this person had all the components, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat. They liked it. It tasted good. It was a no-brainer. It was easy to put together. And they had a lot of outside, I don't want to say noise, but responsibilities, work, home. And the dietitian said, hey, why don't we give you a little break by finding some sort of lunch that you really enjoy, that's easy put together. You don't have to think about it. And you can enjoy that every day. And the dietitian went on to say that it was almost a game changer for her client. And I thought about that. And I have done that many times where I just get in a rhythm and sometimes the no decision is a lot easier than the decisions. My family, there's a saying that, okay, I'm going to get it wrong. I should have probably looked this up before I talked. It's easier to keep the tiger in the cage than to walk it on a leash. So basically, just no decision is easier than trying to figure out so many decisions. But maybe that doesn't work for everybody. I am not everyone. I don't know everyone's personalities or, hey, figuring out lunch for you might be the biggest gift ever. I think I kind of took a left turn there because I wanted to really talk about sometimes when our fitness takes a back seat, then we are relying on our fed and our feeling good. But then if we go to our fed taking a back seat, maybe it's again gravitating to convenience foods. They're called convenient foods. They're prepackaged. They're ready to go. Maybe they're not as nutritious as the prepackaged banana, but they're easy, they taste good, they're salty, they're sweet, whatever it is that you just are craving at that moment. Because sometimes when my fed is in the back seat, instead of doing the perimeter of a grocery store, which everybody advises, you do the fresh, the produce, the dairy, everything around the perimeter first. I want to go right to the foods that I'm craving instead. And what's nice about recognizing all of this is it brings an awareness to it and say, okay, I feel a little off track with, let's say, the fitness. Do whatever you need to do to work through that. Well, maybe it's the fed part. I feel a little off track. I'm aware of it. I work on it. I try to pivot. I make some changes. I try to healthify it to get kind of back on track. And back on track could mean something different to everybody. And I understand that. And then let's talk about the feeling good. So when we started this conversation, I said, maybe you're not feeling good health-wise. Maybe you're just feeling a little icky, you're achy, and you just don't have the energy that you would feel you normally would have. Maybe something is going on, or maybe you're just down. Your feelings got hurt. You feel lonely or alone, or something happened and you're just feeling down in the dumps. Those are all not feeling good moments. But we know that that's not our life. It's just a moment. If you have, let's just use the flu as an example. If you have the flu and you get the care you need and you do come out of it, hopefully everybody's okay from sicknesses. And I know that's not always the case either. But that's not a constant state, it's a temporary state. So all of these can be temporary states, but if we can try to recognize it and be aware of those feelings and just make those pivots to maybe get the 2 out of 3, and eventually maybe sometimes we'll have 3 out of 3, maybe we'll have 1 out of 3, the fit. And sometimes you're fed and feeling good's not going so well. It's about finding the balance that's working best for you. Now, this is my kind of tip here. If you are a planner and you use a planner or a calendar or an organizer or an appointment book, I would suggest, let's say you're down in the dumps, you're feeling down. Write in your planner how you're feeling, what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Are you going to bed like that? And then when you come out of it, we could also have a visual awareness that, gosh, the other day I wasn't feeling so good, but today I'm feeling a lot better. So we can see the outcome or the comeback instead of the setback. So sometimes the comeback's a lot stronger than the setback. Or maybe you are tracking your water intake. You're tracking what you're eating for those meals or your snacks. And then you notice, Oh gosh, you know what? I just noticed I'm drinking a lot more water. Oh gosh, I noticed I've been having a salad every day with my dinner. That feels really great. Now I've been feeling a lot better, and maybe they go kind of together, the fed and the feeling good. Or, oh wow, I went for 4 walks this week and I'm sleeping better. So my tip is to write it down, keep a log for yourself. See if there's any patterns you can recognize. See if something goes hand in hand with one another, and just see what that brings for you. And I just wanted to bring this awareness because I've been talking about being fit, fed, feeling good so much that I thought, gosh, well, what if there is a time that we're not feeling fit or we're not feeling fed or we're not feeling good? So I just wanted to talk about that today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation a little bit, and I would suggest that you keep a little notes and refer to them so you can have a little awareness of maybe why and what's happening and if there's a relationship between the two. But of course, I am not a doctor nor am I a counselor. Please follow your physician directives and seek out any professional help you may need. This is entertainment only.